Hey, welcome to Social Keys Check-In. As you can see, I'm in transit again. So it's your host, Adrian Riley, president and founder of Social Keys. So one of the things I forgot to mention during my videos is that, please like and subscribe to the video. If I can start building up somewhat of a small following or something, just whatever. But anyway, I'm kind of getting used to this whole video blogging thing, but I won't get into the insecurities I have with that as of this time. So I'm just finished checking in. So things going well. Kind of allergies acting up today, but no big deal. Usually they normally worst this time of year, but that's been doing pretty good overall. So on my mind today, well, I wanted to talk about the video, doing the video. So as a personal coach, a personal development coach, is one of the things, the services I provide through Social Keys, is that I will tell people when they setting up goals, or whether they use a SMART goals or whatever the case may be, people have a tendency, especially if they have a huge goal, they won't start because they want everything to be perfect, and there's many different reasons why people won't start. So me doing this video, because I can fall victim to that thinking as well. So that's why I'm starting my videos in the car while I'm in transit, even though it drives me up a wall, because I can be a perfectionist. That's why I don't paint much. I'm an artist, so I don't paint much or draw or sketch or anything, because I'm never satisfied with my work. So, and it wouldn't be no different with this. So just to show by example, just like instead of waiting till I get all the equipment I think I need or perfect certain things, I'm just gonna start where I'm at. So, and learn as I go. So, because one of the reasons why I'm even doing this video blog is by request. People like, you should write a book or do a video blog or something, because I have different conversations with people all over. So I say, yeah, okay, but this is the one principle I just want to talk about today, and I may do another check-in as I'm going to transit somewhere else. And just start with somewhere, whatever you're going, whether you want to do video blogging, going on starting a meal plan, whatever, start somewhere and just build and do continuous improvements, 1% improvements. So don't bite more than which you could chew, because I noticed that, like, say for instance, if people have goals, say you want to, like, a meal plan is a common one. So let's say, well, I want to eat a certain way all day, and what I do is help people break it up into 3 parts, their day into 3 parts. There's the morning, there's the afternoon, and then there's the evening. So in the morning, like, okay, you have your meal plan set. You successfully eat what you was going to eat or plan to eat that morning. Afternoon, for some odd reason, some things happen at the office or at your job where you didn't quite eat the way you wanted to eat. And lunchtime. Okay, no big deal. So what normally happens, people would just dump the rest of the day because they just blew it. And it's like, no, just look at that. You just blew that part. Then the evening, you get back on track and do that in the evening. Like, so it's just so you won't think of the whole day in your mind. So if you blow any point of the day, sometimes they'll just dump the whole day. And it's like, no, you just messed up in that portion of the day, whether it's the evening or the morning or whatever. Just so when you're able to do all 3 parts of the day successfully, then I like to call it a successful day. Like, you just completed it each day. So if it's something, you notice that if you track that in the 3 days and you notice a pattern of failure, like, say for instance, I do well in the morning, I don't do so hot in the lunchtime, and you do well in the evening. So you begin to study, like, what's going on with me, what's going on in my environment, what's going on what it caused me to not be successful in the afternoon. So once you study that and figure out what that is, you make the adjustments and the improvements that you need to be successful. Versus, I messed up once, I screwed up the whole day. Like, no, just because the whole thing is, some people can have the discipline for the whole day thing or just keep going, but as I'm finding, people are overwhelmed about a whole day of trying to accomplish things. So I always encourage people to break stuff off into smaller chunks before you can reward yourself or celebrate smaller victories going toward a whole victory, if that makes sense. So I'll probably do some more in depth on that later, but this just check in, just saying stuff in passing. So that's pretty much it as far as being successful at certain things and just things on my mind. Because I mean, I struggled with meal plans before. If I'm working out or doing certain plans or training, and it could be something else. So you really got to prepare your food in advance, like not the morning. It'd be good to do it the night before or for the week. So there's different ways you do it, and you can study that and look at what works best for you and have all your food planned out. But since I'm on that topic, it just like I think it's like 70% of the country is overweight, if I remember that stat right, and it's so it's an issue in our country, but we have to work on that. And I think it's an issue, honestly. I think a lot of people. Actually, where's my time at on this? Okay, I'll add it because the video I can do this about 3 minutes. So I think the overeating and a lot of the stuff we're seeing is because people are really unhappy, and I think people are unhappy because I really don't think they understand what happiness is. All right, so and I'm gonna try to make this short. So there's two things I don't use in my vocabulary very often, if at all. It's the word happy and the word fair. I rarely use those words, and it's for a reason. Because when you compete or you just try or peak performer or something, you're not concerned about happiness. Because there's things in your life, especially when it comes to discipline, you have to do things that you do not like as though you love it. That's what Mike Tyson said once, and it's true. So if you always about pursuing happiness, it's like that would hinder you a lot of times for accomplishing goals. Because really, happiness is, in my opinion, is a state of being. You could just be happy. Just, decide. To me, it's tied more to attitude versus going out and get, this is what I think people is calling happiness. I call it stimulation. You going out to get stimulated. That's what you're doing. In my opinion, I just want to be happy or go. That's why relationships are falling apart and everything, because they're looking for happiness outside of themselves or something else. You mean I can't go do something to make me happy? That's when people get mad when I talk about this. And I might do another video on this later to go into more detail, actually. But yeah, people get upset. It's just like, well, you saying you shouldn't pursue happiness? Like, well, I don't pursue happiness at all, because some things I have to do to accomplish goals, I'm not going to be happy about it in that sense of how people use happy. It's not going to feel good. I don't want to do it. So if happiness is my thing, it may hinder me. So people are like, well, if you want to lose weight, let's say it's losing weight. If I lose 40 pounds, that'll make me happy. But you notice, again, it's the reason why people don't accomplish it. Because everything you have to do to get to it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't feel good. So I think when people talk about happiness, they're talking about external stimulus. And then fair, that I just don't really use that because normally people don't, another word you can put in that place is inconvenience. I think people don't like being inconvenienced, or they full of envy. Because if I'm at a job or I'm somewhere and I think I should get something, somebody else get it, is that really unfair or that inconvenient? Well, they were there shorter than you or whatever. I don't know. But I don't know the circumstances why a person would have got a position versus me getting a position. I'm sure I got positions at places that people thought was unfair for whatever reason. So I don't use it because I don't waste time with that. So if it's something I wanted and somebody else got it, it's like I'd rather be happy for them versus whether I should have got it or what. It doesn't matter. Because if I start focusing on that, that's when you get negative and bitter. The work ethic will start to tank. Because I've seen this happen so many times. Because people getting caught up in this fair. It need to be fair. I don't even think you're using the word right. Because words have meaning. Like people start studying what words mean, actually. and then how you apply them. Most of the time, we use stuff out of context, so I'll just let it go right there, because I want to keep the video short, around 9-10 minutes. So that's the end of this check-in. So small little victories, 1% improvements. I challenge you to explore the word or the principle happy and fairness, because it's making a lot of people unhappy trying to be happy, and they're not. So with that being said, I am out.